Hey guys, Shot5 here with episode number 57 of our West Brom career mode on FIFA 20, kicking it off against Everton, and we're hoping to bounce straight back from our loss to Spurs at the end of last episode with a victory here against Everton at Goodison Park. It's going to be tough, but we are one of the better teams in the league. We should be able to do it. As Vinicius Jr. looks to start an attack here, he plays the ball down to Jamal Lewis on the left-hand side. Opportunities in the middle, 4 men to aim at. Vinicius Jr. unmarked at the edge of the box, heads it. Very, very, very nice header into the top right-hand corner. Keeper can't get to it. 6 minutes in. Is the most unlikely of scorers from a header. It's Vinicius Jr. putting us 1-0 to the good. And he's not done there as he continues to charge forward down this left-hand side. Looks like a bit of Yerry Mina. It should be very easy. He's not the quickest. Yerry Mina does so nice with a nice little Ronaldo drop. Cuts inside and strikes it, but it is blocked and cleared away by Everton. Into the second half, just before the hour mark, Kai Havertz and Marlon playing the ball between them really nicely. Looks to once again get past Yeremina. He does so again, but the strike is right at Dimitrovic, who keeps it in his hands, catches it nicely, but clears it only as far as Zagadou, who heads the ball to Tonali. Tonali to Alvarez. Alvarez turns Ndidi nicely, plays it back to Tonali, into Havertz. Havertz to Alvarez, to Marlon. Marlon through to Zagadou. I don't know what he's doing that far up the pitch, but I do not mind it if he's scoring goals like that, as he makes it 2-0. He doubles our lead, charges from defence to attack in a matter of seconds to tuck home the ball. Very, very nice finish past the keeper. And he puts us 2-0 up. And we're not done there. 15 minutes left in the game. Kai Havertz receives the ball. Turns, looking for some options. Can't really find any, so he's forced back to Dave Scott. Dave Scott's going to play it through to Tonali. Back to Havertz. Couple of step overs, finds Marlon. Once again, just got to get past Upamecano and Mina does so, gets past Gomez, stops, cuts inside, lays it across to Tonali, lays it across to Dave Scott, first time strike, great strike there, but Dimitrovic gets his hand on it, forces it over, and that's how the game's going to end. It's a 2-0 victory, so we are instantly back on track, we're back in form after that loss, and we're back to winning ways. It's really good to see, and it's right in time for the game against Manchester United, who are chasing us down at the top of the league. It's Manchester United and Liverpool are the two teams kind of chasing us down to search for that first place. Obviously, the slip-up in the last episode could have been a lot worse if teams were a bit closer, but seeing as we already had a pretty good point advantage over some teams, I think it's a 2-point difference between ourselves and Liverpool, so it's a good thing. It's not a good thing, but it's a good thing that we have the point difference in our favour as we go into the game at the Hawthorns. It's snowing. I think this is the first snowy game of the season. And taking on Manchester United as Wan-Bissaka down this right-hand side looks to get the better of Dave Scott. Cuts back inside. Looks to whip one across really nicely to Greenwood, but it's right into the path of Collins. And unfortunately for them, Greenwood was actually offside as Havertz receives the ball here from the Tonali header. Alway to Alvarez, one of our more skillful players. Looks to get the better of Mitchell. Does so nicely with a nice little fake shot. Gets a kind of part of the ball, but Alvarez still has possession. Lays back to Reece James, whipped across. It's a nice little header. Vinicius Jr. scored one in the previous game. Tried to score one there against David De Gea, but you're going to need a lot more to score against De Gea with a shot like that as Kai Havertz receives the ball. Forced out wide by Diaz. Cuts back inside though on his left foot. Lays across to Dave Scott. Really nice shot, but once again, right down the throat of De Gea there. And it's really easy save for him. Alvarez cuts past Mitchell nicely there with a couple of step overs. Lays it across to Havertz. Havertz cuts back onto his left foot. Back inside onto his right foot. Lays it across to Marlon. Great strike again. A lot of power behind that one. But once again, the reactions of David De Gea are too much. Too hot to handle. As Dave Scott's played through, out on the wing this time. Coming from an angle instead of down the middle. He's going to lay it across to Havertz. Strikes it. Blocked. Second strike. Saved. Third strike. He can't even get on the end of the ball. And it's cleared away by Manchester United. Really good defending by them. As they're going to have a chance here by Wan-Bissaka. Playing a bit forward. And we do intercept the ball. And we could have a counter-attack here. As we approach down the right-hand side, sorry. As Marlon looks to cut the ball back across to Vinicius Jr. And De Gea and Smalling are there to get the ball away. You could see how much space Vinicius Jr. was in because of Wan-Bissaka being so far up the pitch. We could not take advantage of it. Greenwood skips past Zagadou there. He's going to try and find a shot, but he's gone a bit too far wide. Plays it to Mitchell. Mitchell's got an opportunity to whip it across here. Tonali defends him nicely, forces it to the back post. Collins can easily catch that one. And he's going to start a counter-attack by playing the ball to Çalhanoğlu. Çalhanoğlu finds Kai Havertz. Havertz first time through to Vinicius Jr. He's got a lot of space. Wan-Bissaka's been caught up the pitch once again. Options at the back post in Chukwueze finds him. And Chukwueze strikes it into the back of the net with 9 minutes left. The super sub of dreams, Samuel Chukwueze, makes it 1-0 to West Brom against Manchester United. And that's how the game's going to end. We pick up the 3 points. So after losing to Spurs, we've got 6 points out of 6. Brilliant bounce back. And again, one of which was against Manchester United. And we're going to look to get 9 from 9. As in the next game, we are taking on Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. But you can see here, the boys are happy with that one. And as I said, we're going to Stamford Bridge to take on Chelsea at their home stadium. And they've been a pretty difficult team for us to beat so far this career. I think they're the first team we played in the Premier League, if I do remember correctly, in season number 2. We lost to them 3-1, I believe it was. Marlon got his first goal for the club, but Vinicius Jr. charging down this left-hand side, cuts centrally, lays across to Kai Havertz. He's going to strike one, and it's a brilliant finish on the left foot. 11 minutes into the game, Kai Havertz, a lot of force, a lot of power behind that shot, right into that bottom corner. No way Kepa Arrizabalaga getting to that one. And it's a really nice goal there. As just before half-time, Kepa boots the ball upfield. Tonali wins the header, lays it down to Havertz. Looks to hold off Kante, and he does so nicely as he lays the ball to Tonali. Marlon throws through Tonali. And as I said it many times before, Tonali likes charging forward. And Tonali has just gone and made it 2-0, doubling our lead against Chelsea. We are getting 9 points from 9. If it's 9 points from 9 after bouncing back from the defeat against Spurs. It's a brilliant way to get we've beat Man United and we've beat Chelsea. Just showing we weren't lucky in those first 15 games. There's 15 minutes into the game. Tonali receives the ball from Havertz. He's going to thread a ball through to Marlon, who hasn't really scored in a while. He's one-on-one though with Kepa Arrizabalaga, and he just slots it past him with ease. Shushes the critics who are saying he's lost it. He's a 2-season wonder. He's silencing the critics with that goal as he makes it 3-0 against Chelsea. That's going to be the final score. 3-0. 3 goals. As we go into the 4th and final game of this episode, we're taking on Brighton at the Amex Stadium. And after beating Man United and Chelsea, our confidence was right back where it was on that 15-game streak. As 9 minutes in, Tonali takes the ball and he's going to charge forward. Playing it out wide to Vinicius Jr. He's going to play the ball into Havertz, who plays it through to Marlon. He's got the pace over the defence, threads on through to Vinicius Jr. One-on-one with the keeper. And on his stronger right foot, he tucks it past. And he makes it 1-0 to West Brom away from home. But we're continuing our 5-goal scoring form. And we're continuing our winning form. As Vinicius Jr. from the corner whips the ball across. Tonali can't quite get on the end of it. Dave Scott lays it across to Havertz. Takes it down, lays it to Alvarez, shoots it. And it somehow sneaks underneath the keeper there. I'm not quite sure how it went past the keeper. Really should be doing better there. But it's doubling our lead. Alvarez, the young Brazilian. Showing him what he's got. Shaking the ass. But we're not done there. As Vinicius Jr. with a lovely little La Croqueta to get past his man there. Stops, cuts back inside, lays the ball across to Marlon, turns, lays it to Dave Scott. That's blocked, but Havertz knocks it down to Tonali. First time to Dave Scott. Shoots it. Well saved by the keeper. Really nice effort there. And it's not over yet, as we're still in the first half. Lena looks to switch the play really nicely, actually, to Barnes, who takes down the ball. Reece James are going to be forced out to get to that one. Poor cross there as Tonali wins it, and we're going to have a counter-attack opportunity here. Vinicius Jr. to Marlon. Marlon's going to play it back to Vinicius Jr. He's going to cut inside and play it back into the path of Marlon. Back to Vinicius Jr. Lovely little play between them two. As Vinicius Jr. is one-on-one with the keeper. And it's a pretty much exact replica of the goal he scored in his first goal of the game. As he makes it 3-0. That's 2 goals for him. He's looking for the hat-trick against Brighton. As we move into the 48th minute of the game. Haaland looks to win this one. Just onto the roof of the net. They could have had an opportunity to get back into the game there. But unfortunately it wasn't on target. 71 minutes in. Karoma whips the ball across to Haaland. Zagadou's going to hold him off nicely though. Shot though by one of their players. I don't know who it is. Wendell. But that was well blocked as Marlon's played through. Past the back line. One-on-one with the keeper. And he tucks it past. The game ends 4-0. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.